How do you answer the sentence transformation questions in ICSE or ISA English language paper? So you're right there. I will give you the solution of this problem. Welcome to EduWorld. So this is the part 1 of 20 rules for transformation. It's like a magic formula sheet which will help you students to get the answers directly for all the questions. Before starting this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. So let's get started. Rule 1 is not only but also. You must have got these type of sentences in your examination. But what you all forget is that the helping verb is, am, are, which have to be used immediately after not only. Let's see an example. Neeta is rich and wise. There are two solutions given on the screen. You can see not only Neeta is rich but also wise. This is wrong. The next answer is correct. Not only is Neeta rich but also wise. Why this is correct? This is correct because not only has to be followed by a helping verb and then but also. So keep this in mind, not only plus helping verb is, am, are. Our rule 2 is provided should always be followed by that. Let's see the example. If you return the book by morning, you can take it now. You will be asked to begin this sentence by provided. So the answer is provided that you return the book by morning, you can take it now. So what you have to remember is provided is always followed by that. Our rule 3 is in spite of. This is the rule where you all make mistakes. In spite is always written with a gap. In, gap, spite. Then in spite is always followed by of. In spite of. Then we use ing form of the verb despite of. This is what you all think, right? No, despite is never followed by of. Just remember that with despite, we only use ing form of the verb. Let's see the example. In spite, you have a gap over there. In, gap, spite. In spite of being poor, he gave some money to the old man. We have to convert this sentence into despite. Despite being poor, he gave some money to the old man. Despite is not followed by of, as you can all see. Rule 4 is lest. What should we do when we have to use lest in the sentence for transforming it? Lest should always be followed by should. Remember that. Let's see the example. Put your tools away, comma, people may fall over them. We have to use less in this sentence. Put your tools away, lest people should fall over them. We have to use should in the following sentence when we use lest. Rule 5 is besides. We never use also or always with besides. We always use a comma with besides. Let's see an example. Radhika is a clever girl and is also dependable. Besides being a clever girl, comma, Radhika is dependable. You will not write besides being a clever girl, Radhika is also dependable. That would be wrong. Let's see another example. Not only did he score a century, but also took 3 important wickets. Besides scoring a century, comma, he took 3 important wickets. Our rule 6 is although is followed by comma. Though is followed by comma. You must have heard or you must have been told by your teachers that although is followed by yet or though is followed by yet. No, I would recommend although should always be followed by comma in the following sentence, and though should also be followed by a comma. See an example. Stephen trained as a lawyer but never practiced. The answer is although Stephen trained as a lawyer, comma, he never practiced. Though Stephen trained as a lawyer, comma, he never practiced. So although or though is always followed by a comma. Remember that. Our rule 7 is owing. Owing is always followed by to. Remember that. Let's see an example. He was ill and so he could not come to school. Owing to his illness, he could not come to school. Our rule 8 is to replace so that sentence into to sentence. Whenever you replace so that sentence into to sentence, we remove the negative. Let's see the example. She speaks so softly that she cannot be heard. She speaks too softly to be heard. The cannot is a negative. It is removed in to sentence. Let's see our next example. The weather is so stormy that we cannot go out today. The weather is too stormy for us to go out today. Here we have underlined we. Whenever you get we in so sentence and you have to convert it into to sentence, we use for us. Get I in the so sentence and you have to convert into to sentence, we use for me. Let's see our third example. I am so fresh that I can study for another hour. You can see here can is highlighted. Why? Because this sentence of so that sentence is a positive sentence. I am so fresh that I can study for another hour. It is not written cannot. So if you write the answer, I am too fresh to study for another hour, it would be wrong. Why? Because to is a negative and you're not introducing a negative to become positive, as your so sentence is positive. So the answer should be I am too fresh not to study for another hour. See, to and not are highlighted. Why? To and not are negative. To is negative and not is also negative. Negative become positive. So it will be the correct answer. Our rule 9 is when you remove to sentence and replace it with so that sentence, you introduce a negative. Let's see the example. Our first sentence is he is too honest to be corrupt. The answer is he is so honest that he cannot be corrupt. In this so sentence, we introduced a negative that is cannot. Let's see another example. I suddenly realized that the room was too small for the three of us to share. The answer is I suddenly realized that the room was so small that the three of us could not share it. Why we have used it? We have used it because in so that sentence, we use it if a thing is mentioned. In to sentence, we do not use it. Remember this. And one more thing. How will you know when to write cannot or could not in so that sentence? I will tell you. Cannot will be written when your question of to sentence is given in present tense. Then you will write cannot as given in our first example. You will write could not when your question is given in past tense. Like a second example, the room was. It is in past tense. Therefore, we write could not in the so sentence. I hope it is clear. Rule 10 is however. The relative adverb however is followed by some adjective or adverb. Let's see the example. Although he is rich, comma, he is never satisfied. However rich he may be, comma, he is never satisfied. You can see in the answer that however is followed by rich, that is the adjective. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next part, which will be out soon there. If you have any query, you can put them down in the comment box. Thank you. Do like this video and share it with your friends. And please subscribe my channel. Thank you.